My goal after that abortion was to not have my children do the same thing that I did. The wall became so heavy. I was afraid of telling my parents. I was afraid of what the church thought at that time. And so I didn't see them as a place to go to.
I just didn't want to have commitment. Wanted to be able to say, well, it's legal in the United States. It's legal in Michigan. You know, the US is a good country, so it must be okay. But at the same time, I didn't want to push what I wanted on Michele. And so I thought I was being the better person by letting her make the call.
I called and set it up, and then on that day he picked me up and drove me. And usually there was picketers there, and I was kind of hoping at the same time there would be picketers, so I didn't go through with it, because in the back of my head I didn't want to do this either. I was just looking for reasons not to go through with this. And then when they did the ultrasound, I asked if I could see the ultrasound, and they discouraged me from that. And I just kept looking for a way out throughout the whole thing before the abortion, and nothing, it just went on and happened. And so then after the abortion, there was a deep loss in my heart, and like a pit. I'd never been there before, and it was scary. I became deathly sick with meningitis at 32. My fourth child was 4 months old, and I almost died. And after 6 weeks of rehabilitation and being in the hospital and Mary Free bed, I realized that all those years I had been trying to earn my forgiveness, and that was a heavy weight too. But all I had to do was accept what Christ had done for me on the cross to be forgiven.
I didn't grow up as a Christian, but now as a Christian, in re-looking at that time, I think God has kind of called the men to speak up, right? And society, again, is trying to tell us that we're supposed to be quiet. We would have that first child. She was looking for me to speak up, and I chose not to.
I used to hide from the fact that I had abortion. I would not mention it. I would run out of church at times. We just never talked about it. Where once the truth has come out, the truth has set us free.
Yeah.
Truly. And like, I have a post-abortive book sitting in the middle of my living room, and that's okay, because my kids know. And it's truly, truly a good thing.
Yeah, I think people get confused, and I think we probably did the same. A lot of times, ladies are being told, hey, that person isn't safe. Watch to see who you tell your story to. Are they a safe person or aren't they a safe person? I can't think of anybody that's come and judged me and said, how horrible of a person, how could you do that? Instead, like Michele pointed out, they'll open up about stuff that they've struggled at. That's supposed to be our church, right? That's what we're supposed to be living in the church family.
Positive Options has played a big part of my healing story. I first started praying with Amy Jo, and from there I got involved with our church, and we had a Making Life Disciples team. And then from there I went to the Allegan Center and became a client advocate. But the Lord is gracious, and He has brought me to where I'm at today. So I'm so thankful.